Hey everybody, Chris with Lift Kits for Less. Today I'm going to be talking about a zone level and body lift kit combo. This is going to be for all the GMC Canyon guys and Chevy Colorado guys. This is for the current iteration, which is 2015 and up. We're currently in 18 and I don't think there's any changes for 19 and so on. We always update this information on our website. So what I want to do today is we're actually going to be installing this on a 2016 Chevy Colorado. I want to just go over what comes in the kit, so when you get this out you can break it out and make sure you have everything. Just some overview wheel tire information. So let's get into it. First of all, this is gas only. The diesel guys, it's not going to work for you, but any of the gas guys, okay? So basically we have a leveling kit here. This is going to bring the front up the truck to level it out so it's level first. So that's the front leveling. So it raises the front. This is a basic 1 1/4 inch leveling kit. And then it raises the body another 1.5 inches, so you net out 2.75 inches, hair under 3 inch, but basically 2.75. What this will allow you to do is to get a beefier tire, basically a 285/70 R17. I did the calculations. That's a 32.7 by 11.2 inch tire. So a hair under 33 inches, which is nice. It'll give you a really nice offset and sit level. Again, raises the front and then the whole body, okay? What I want to do is just break down what comes in this kit real quick. It's pretty straightforward. One of the what's unique about this kit is that it's all bolt-on. This is direct bolt-on, so anytime you want to go back to factory, you can take everything off and go back to stock. So pretty cool. There's no cutting, there's no welding. There is a weld on. These are the steering bump stops. Those do weld on. Other than that, you're not cutting on the vehicle, so you can go back to stock if necessary. I'm going to just go through the kit contents. One thing Zone does, very nice directions here, step by step, so guys that are do-it-yourselfers that can do that, everything's in here, okay? But let's just go through what comes in this kit real quick through the component list. So one of the frustrations we have as an install shop, and as people call me if they're missing something, so before you break your vehicle down, just go through the kit. Everything's here present, and I'm going to go through your kit content list real quick. So your strut spacers are here. The weld-on steering stops are here. We got all the bulk packs, the nut flanges, okay? This comes with 8 3-inch body blocks and 8 2-inch body blocks, okay? Got the front bumper brackets. That's these here, 2 of those. The lower fascia brackets are these. One for the driver, one for the passenger. Rear bumper brackets are the bigger 2. And then we have a parking brake relocation. And let's see. Parking step, this is the rear step parking step spacer, okay? And then a thing of Loctite. All right, so basically that's everything that comes in this kit. Part number on this is a C1257. Retail currently is 205.95. Remember, here at Lift Kits for Less, everything ships for free. We have these staged across the U.S. A typical ship time is 2-3 days, all right? Let's see, anything else? All this information is available on our website as well. Again, we're going to run out. This guy's got a 2016. We're going to get this installed. We'll have some good photos for you. Let's jump out on the vehicle now. Great. So Gary, our lead installer, just finished installing this kit. I'm going to go through the some of the components real quick. Remember, this is basically a simple leveling kit, 1 1/4 inch. That's the strut spacer. I didn't mention this earlier, but you don't have to disassemble the strut. You just need to take the strut out, put the spacer on, put it back in. So real simple in terms of the actual suspension, and then it uses the 1.5 inch body kit, okay? These are, just real quick, these are your 2 front fascia brackets. It's gonna drop it down so you can see the location of these. You don't have to do anything in the motor compartment. You don't have to relocate anything, so it's kind of nice, pretty simple. This uses the 3-inch body cab mounts, the pucks. Dave, you can come around me. I'm not sure if you could pick this up. This is the first one right here. It uses 4 for the cab. So there's one right there. The next one is right here. Obviously, as you can see it really good. You can see it straight to the cab and then down to the mounts and to the frame. This is the brake relocation bracket, brake line relocation bracket. Dave, you want to jump around and make sure you get a good shot of that so everybody can see how the position of this is. Cool. Right here is the other 3-inch body. So it's the same on both sides. And then the rear 3-inch is back here. So I don't know if you want to come around. I don't know if they can even see anything. But anyway, and then so this uses 4 3-inch body mounts on each side And then the rear here, it uses, this is, they come with 2 extra mounts in the rear that you won't use for majority of the, for your canyons and the Colorados. It's for the longer bed. So you'll end up with 2 extra more than likely. Here's, Dave, get a good shot of here. This is the rear bumper relocation bracket. Okay. And then there's a body mount here on the inside and a body mount here. And then here's the frame spacer bracket. Okay. And then there's one more forward for the other 2-inch body mount. Okay. And then the rear bracket, the spacer bracket, basically as we lift this up, it creates a gap. And as you step on this over the years, it would start to flex and bend, and it's pretty soft right here. So this bracket here, Dave, will make up that distance. So looks like we've got to finish tightening this one up and we're done. So, okay, cool. Real quick, we'll just jump to the front. One thing, guys, what we did here is we found if we take out the wheel well plastic, we could access the rear nut on top of the strut spacer. So it might be easier for you to take that out. Okay, guys? We're going to go ahead and just set this on the ground just to get a final view. But this is, you know, Zone obviously for a little over $200. This is a nice little kit. There was one trim. It wasn't on the frame. It's the front OE back bracket that mounts the front bumper. You got to trim the bottom piece of that. Other than that, there's no cutting of the frame or anything, so you could go back to stock if you needed to. Okay, cool. Let's get her set on the ground and do one final walkthrough and see how this looks. Okay, guys, you can see this off the rack was sitting here. We went through the whole vehicle. Everything looks good. Real quick, I want to touch on the importance of alignment specs. The nice thing about this 1.25" leveling kit is it's going to get you basically back to factory specs. When you get too aggressive on a leveling kit, you know, 2 inches, 3 inches, where you're just cranking out the upper control arm and you're just piling on top of the strut, you run into issues with the rest of the suspension, tie rods, all of the other suspension. So this is such a nice moderate leveling kit that you're going to get basically back to, after you do the alignment, it'll feel factory. So very important when you look at any suspension system, you want to look at who the manufacturer is. Is a mainstream with a huge backing. They do things the right way. That's why Zone's successful. They have engineers in-house. They're obviously now owned by Fox Shock, so they do good quality. The one thing I do notice right offhand is that this still has a significant rake in the rear, so if you're towing, I think you'll be happy because it's once you load the rear, it'll sit pretty level. So I think the challenge with the Canyons and GMCs that going over 1.25" does start to exceed the rest of the suspension. I believe that's why Zone chose to only go 1.25". They know that if you go beyond that, you start having other issues like can't get it aligned properly and the other suspension gets jacked up. Okay. Put everything back together. Looks good. Remember, you got 8 3-inch by 2.5 inch tall body mount. So basically, keep in mind this is a combo suspension body. We're lifting the entire cab up and the rear bed as well. Remember, we have 2 extra pucks for the rear because this is more of a short bed. Also, guys, the rear tow hitch on this attaches directly to the frame, so it does not affect the towing at all. So that's another nice feature of this kit. Okay. Well, I hope you found this somewhat informative and at least maybe entertaining. If you do, please give us the thumbs up there. Also, please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We're always putting up new content, new videos. And remember, here at Lift Kits for Less, you get more.